Hi! Welcome! We are starting a couple minutes late today. Usually I start like 15 minutes ahead of time. But there's been a lot going on this morning. I'm sorry, my dog is drinking water right beside me and it's so loud. So, as you might have guessed, my hair is not wet. That means I didn't wash it this morning, so we're gonna do something a little bit different today. My dog is about to drool all over me. Does anybody else have a Mastiff and at all times have to have like a tea towel on them? Come here, buddy. Come here, come here. Good boy. So that they can just clean their jowls. Good boy. Okay. So, hi from Germany. Very cool. So we're going to do a wavy hair refresh today instead of a full wash day, which is something you guys have been asking me to do on live for a long time. It does mean today's live should be a little bit shorter. Hi, Melissa. And I'm supposed to be live on Instagram too, but my phone is dead. So until she wakes up, nothing we can do about that. So let me reveal to you what we're starting with. Like I said, we're doing a refresh today, not a, hey buddy, what is going on? Get out of my stuff. I'm talking to a dog, not a child. Okay, so I've been wearing my hair in a bun for like 3 days. So it's definitely like this whole top part is just elongated, stretched out, like, oof. Are we gonna be able to save this without fully saturating my hair? That is my question because I have dinner plans. He likes to steal the tea towels that I've used to clean his mouth, and then he likes to tear them apart. Look, how cute is this? How cute is it? Our dog towel has a dog in it. How meta. He's not gonna leave me alone now until he does this. Stop it. You need to get lost. I love you, but oh my goodness. Okay. We have about 2 minutes before we get started. Usually before I get started, I go through the products that I keep reaching for. It's always a non-sponsored part of like the thing, my life. Let me think. What products do I keep reaching for? I mean, okay, I get hated on a lot on the internet for using this product because it's not necessarily like the fanciest product or even the best product for you. But I'm Canadian. And we're going to refresh my hair today. But this is, you guys know, my ride or die hair oil. It's the Sleek and Shine Garnier Fructis. It has silicones in it. And that means it will build up on your hair. I regularly wash my hair with a clarifying shampoo. I also occasionally have started using sulfate shampoos because I've been learning lately that like we're all trained no sulfates, no sulfates, no sulfates. But actually that knowledge came from like the type 4 hair community. And when you have wavy hair, it can actually be okay to use sulfates more often. Now there are good sulfates and bad sulfates. So it can be a good idea to buy shampoos that are sulfate free just because that means it's gonna have more gentle cleansing ingredients as long as you're clarifying on a regular basis. But there are like sodium lauryl sulfate or whatever is like one of the really bad ones that really strips your hair. But there's a lot of different sulfates and some of them are more gentle, some of them are not. In case you didn't know that, we learn something new every day. Anyways, all that being said, yes, silicone builds up on your hair. I clarify regularly, I swear by this. Why do I keep reaching for this when there's so many hair oils out there? Well, it's cheap. It's like $5. I can literally buy it at the grocery store. And it's very light. Do you see how, I don't know if you can see how runny it is. When I use like 100% argan oil, for example, even though that is one of the lighter oils, still too heavy for my hair. It's just too heavy. Like my hair wants me to use really, really light products. That's partially because I have like normal to low porosity hair. It's partly because my hair is wavy. There's like a lot of factors that contribute to your hair wanting lightweight products. But because of that, these shine serums have a tendency to be a lot runnier than a straight hair oil. And that's one of the reasons I keep reaching for it. Hi Meg. So the less deep conditioner, what's the best way to use it? Depends a lot on your hair. I wash my hair and then I throw the deep conditioner in. While it's in, I brush it through my hair to make sure it's like fully distributed. And then I leave it while I shave my legs, stuff like that. And I usually set a timer on my phone to make sure it stays in for at least 5 minutes. Okay, guys, my phone definitely woke up. So we're just going to quickly hop on the live on Instagram and then we're going to get started. I'm excited because this is going to be a dramatic transformation, I think. Okay, live, title. Sorry guys, I'll be right with you. Wavy hair refresh. I'm gonna keep it dead simple. I'm so thirsty. Hi Instagram. Okay, so we're gonna be going through and doing a wavy hair refresh today. This is, I don't know, day 3, day 4, day 5, I don't even know. It's been a couple of days and I've been wearing it in a bun and working out for like several days, which is why she's looking the way she's looking. The curls are extremely elongated, less so on this side, which if you go check out my most recent video, you will see why. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how I would save this without fully saturating my hair. I never really like to fully saturate my hair unless it's a wash day because it's too much work. It takes too long for my hair to dry. 1 second. Yes, higher porosity hair often likes heavier products. However, there's a limit to that. If you have fine hair, for example, heavier for you is not gonna mean a dense butter. Like you have to add context to that. So low porosity hair versus high porosity hair. High porosity, like if you have fine, medium density, wavy hair, you have 2 people with fine, medium density, wavy hair. One person has low porosity hair and one person has high porosity hair. The person with low porosity hair is gonna need even lighter products and probably fewer products because they just won't be able to layer so many without everything getting really weighed down and building up. The higher porosity hair is gonna want slightly heavier products, but since it's fine hair and it's wavy, heavy is not gonna mean butters. Okay, so there is like a chain of command and you have to take all of this into consideration when you're choosing your products. KT, you just used it this morning. Did you like it? Do I ever use protein treatments? No. I have low porosity hair. Well, I have medium to low porosity hair. I don't have super low porosity hair, but my hair just likes really lightweight products. It loves moisture and it's a little bit protein sensitive. So I don't need to use protein treatments ever really on my hair. What I do is occasionally use leave-in conditioners or a shampoo or a conditioner or a deep conditioner sometimes that has some protein ingredients in it. A protein treatment is going to really give you a big power punch of protein. And if your hair is not protein loving, keep in mind, lots of people have protein loving hair, but if you don't have protein loving hair, you probably don't need a protein treatment. It's gonna be a little bit intense. Okay, let's get started. So obviously the first thing we're gonna do is just go through and slightly dampen my hair, but we're trying not to do anything too crazy. And we're gonna be using some cake products today because you guys saw my most recent video. I'm partnering with Cake right now, yay! I'm so excited. If you've been following me for a while, you know that Cake has been one of my favorite brands. When was the first time I tried the Cake, the Curl Whip Mousse? Probably a year ago, and it's the only mousse I use. I'm totally obsessed with it, and so yeah, it was a really like natural partnership, and I'm super excited about it. Woo! Okay, anyways, good things happening. How do you know if you need protein? That's a great question. Hair that needs protein usually is struggling to hold curl. Now keep in mind, a lot of wavy hair doesn't hold its curl very well. Doesn't necessarily mean that you need protein. Okay. However, if your hair is struggling to hold curl compared to your baseline, compared to what it normally does, it could be a sign that you need some protein. That's one of the big ones. You're having a hard time getting the top to curl. Is the clip on top a good idea? I don't know what you mean. Oh, hi mom. Guys, my mom just joined on TikTok. She's the cutest. We love her. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, my underneath layer is by far the curliest part of my head. Let me put these 2 cameras together so I'm not like looking back and forth. Oh, don't look at my messy kitchen. Okay. So I have an infinity mister bottle. I cannot recommend these enough. Mine is less brands. However, you can buy them off Amazon, like whatever. So I'm going to go through the reason I'm going to go through and use a mister bottle instead of a regular spray bottle is you can more evenly distribute the water and apply water really lightly. How long is your hair without waves? My hair is really long, like probably down to there. I think I straightened it like somewhat recently. If you scroll back, you'll see a video about it. Clipping your hair on top will give volume. Yes. Okay, Melanie, I'm glad you understood what the question was. Okay, so basically what I'm doing as I go through the refresh, remember, I don't want to fully saturate my hair, so I very lightly dampened it there. Like that was not enough to fully wet my hair. And then I'm just kind of smoothing it out like this. And what I think I'm going to do is go through with, I think I'm just going to do the curl whip. I don't want to weigh it down. There's already product from wash day in my hair. So I'm literally just going to take some mousse. I could put like a leave-in conditioner or something like that. But for me, when I'm doing a refresh, there's usually already moisturizing products in my hair. So usually just adding water is going to reactivate all of those moisture-loving ingredients. You don't actually have to add more of those moisturizing products. It might just weigh your hair down. Okay, so this is too much product. 1 second. I'm just going to do a little bit of mousse. And I'm just going to glaze it over. Now, everybody's hair is different just because I don't even know. I've never done this specific refresh routine on such like pulled out waves. So we don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. Okay, so again, I just want that little bit of like smoothing with the water and then a little bit of mousse. Oh, best way to restore your curls postnatal. I have not good news for you. It is very normal for your curl pattern to pretty much permanently change after you have babies. So it's very likely that it's not going to be restored. It has just changed. A lot of things can permanently change your curl pattern, like new medications, hormonal changes. Damage is a temporary change, but usually pregnancy changes, it's not about damage. Okay, do you use less wavy or curly? I use both, but I prefer the wavy on my hair because I like to pair it with a gel. The curly formula is very similar to the wavy formula, but they've added gel in it. However, it's not a strong enough hold gel and it makes the product a bit heavier. I just prefer combining the wavy with a gel, but everybody's hair is different, right? So again, if you have higher porosity hair with a curl pattern that's similar to mine, you might actually prefer the curly because it is that little bit heavier. Okay. 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Gonzalez, I know. You've been lighting me up, girl. I wish I had a salon or something, but no salon is going to let me set foot in it and do someone else's hair because I'm not a certified hairstylist. Hi, Cake. Thanks for joining. We're using Cake products today, actually. So guys, I'm going through with this refresh. I am not fully saturating my hair. I don't want to fully saturate my hair because then it's going to take forever to dry. So instead, all we are doing is just lightly misting it. And then I'm taking more of Cake the Curl Whip, which is what I used on wash day in conjunction with their leave-in conditioner. And I'm just kind of glazing that all over to smooth the frizz. And we're going to be recreating a bit of a cast here. But see, I don't know if you can tell, but like it's not saturated. It's not fully wet. All I want to do is kind of add just enough water to reactivate that curl because my hair is so frizzy today and I've lost all the curl. It's all elongated. Like you can see how it's looking. So much to try to understand about your hair. Oh yeah, I know it's overwhelming. Guys, starting in over the next 2 weeks, I have a series called Intro to Wavy Hair, exactly what you need to know to start embracing your waves. It's gonna be a 5-part series. So if that's how you're feeling, you're like, oh God, but where do I start? I don't wanna know everything. I wanna know just what I need to know. That's what this is gonna be. Because I get it, there's so much info out there. Okay, so we are going to just keep working through section by section, like I said. Oh my God, yeah, seriously. Gonzalez Chronicles went to my hairstylist, and oh my God, Mallory did such a good job on your hair. So please explain the difference between wavy and curly. That's a really good question. So I am certainly not an authority on this. I don't get to decide where the line is between wavy and curly, and I don't pretend to. So because if you go online and go on the internet, you're going to find 7 million different definitions of where that line is between wavy and curly. Like, can wavy hair have spirals? Can curly hair be elongated? Can curly hair start lower down? Like, depending on who you ask, you're going to get a different answer. So instead of worrying about what's right, I think about what's the most helpful. What definition is going to help connect me? So by the way, guys, I noticed that the tangles were really bad right here. So I just brushed through. That usually means you need a haircut when it's just tangles right there. I do need a haircut. So I just quickly brushed through there. Remember, my hair is dampened slightly. Okay, so the line between wavy and curly, instead of worrying about what's right, or right fighting about the wavy versus curly hair, saga, I think what's the most helpful for me, and to me, the most helpful definition is to choose a definition for wavy and curly that connects communities of people that all use really similar products and techniques. Okay, does that make sense? He's so cute. So because of that, I have gone with one definition that I learned online that I find to be by far the most helpful. I know, he's so cute. A definition to be, your hair is curly if you have spirals all over your head that start right at the root. So it's like probably growing more out from your head instead of downwards. And if you have spirals that, even if you were to add no product to your hair, they still spiral from the root. They don't fall out over the course of several days. And that means when I go with that definition of curly, that means wavy hair is a much broader category than a lot of us previously thought. So I used to call my hair curly for a long time. And then the more I researched and the more I learned about my hair, the more I found out what products and techniques worked for me, I realized, I'm really connecting more to the wavy hair community based on the products and techniques that work for me. Why might that be? And then I came across this definition. I did not make up this definition. This is a definition that a lot of people use. But like I said, I know there's a lot of different definitions online. So that's the definition that I go off of between wavy versus curly. It's wavy if it doesn't spiral from the root, so your hair is usually growing down instead of out. And if your curl will not hold for a few days if it doesn't have product. So that means you might have spirals still. You might have spirals that start here down. You might have spirals that start at the root in some places, but not other places. And that means you're going to probably need stronger hold products. You're going to probably need benefit from scrunching. You're going to probably benefit from things like pixie diffusing. So it just starts to really connect us, this really big category of people with all very different hair, but all who kind of benefit from some similar techniques. That's what has worked for me. Ooh, you like Amika? I haven't tried Amika yet. Okay, so this section is by far the worst, and it's going to be the most visible. So again, still, I'm not saturating it, but I am dampening it a little bit more than I did that first section at the back. And guys, see how little I'm taking per section, because I don't want it to be too much. And it's really tangled here, so I might have to... You shouldn't really detangle with this brush, by the way, but I didn't bring any of my other brushes. Okay, so because I brushed that all the way through, I will have to wet it a little bit more. But that's why I like working through section by section, is because you can then make decisions by section about how much you need to wet that part, instead of just having to wet the whole thing, which is going to take forever to diffuse. Any tips for dandruff and itchy scalp? So the first thing to understand about dandruff is that there are two different things that people often call dandruff. There's dandruff, which are yellow, oily, flaky, patches that flake off. And then there's dry, itchy scalp, which is white, dry skin that's flaky. So those are different things, and we treat them differently. I use mousse more on the roots and gel on the ends and tips. Oh, that's a good idea, to make sure you're not weighing down your hair. Okay, so look at what we're dealing with here. Talk about wavy. This is 2A, So I am going to dampen that, and that's going to revive the curl. And remember what I said right at the beginning, guys. A lot of people are going to look at their hair at this point and be like, oh, my hair is so dry. I need to add more moisturizing ingredients. But I already added leave-in conditioner on day one, and leave-in conditioner has a lot of moisture-loving ingredients in it. And once you add water, that's going to reactivate all those, and they're going to be like, and soak up all that water. So does your hair need more moisturizing products, or does it need more water? Right? Because if you keep layering moisturizing products on top, it's going to weigh down your hair. So I find often just adding water will actually revive a lot of the moisture from my hair. Oh God, I lost that section. Okay, so we're just glazing that little mousse section by section as we go, just smoothing all the frizz. Do you recommend anything for dry, itchy scalp with white flakes? I really love the Briogeo Scalp Revival. I love it so much that I'm pretty sure it's linked in my bio. It's like minty fresh, cooling. It feels amazing. When I get an itchy scalp, that is what I use. Oh, guys, I'm about to try Brad Mondo's Wave Tech. I think they're sending it to me, so I'm really excited to try that out. Okay, what? There we go. Okay, so again, we're working our way to the front here, guys. And just slightly dampening, not fully saturating my hair. So we'll see. I mean, I don't usually refresh my hair. I don't usually let my hair get this bad. Like, I didn't even sleep with a silk scarf last night. So that's part of why it's like so messy. But as a result, I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out. It might not turn out perfectly. Okay, again, this is like right by my face. So I'm going to maybe add a little bit more water to these sections right by my face just because I want them to look a little bit better. So that is how much mousse I'm taking for these two French sections, probably a little bit too much. Okay, and if I have too much, I will just like glaze it through the ends here. And then shake it onto the floor for my dogs to lick up. That can't be good. Okay, and now we are right at the top. If your hair is not as bad as mine was when we got started, you might not even need to dampen it. You might just be able to like do nothing, or dampen it slightly and diffuse, or just add a little bit of mousse and diffuse if you're just lacking a little bit of definition. Yeah, I've seen so many good videos too, and they've gifted it to me, but we're not partnering right now, so I can give you an honest opinion. I mean, to be fair, I always give you honest opinions anyways because I don't partner with brands that I don't like their product. Okay, so this top section actually turned out quite nicely. Well, ish. Sorry, I'm just seeing like from here down where it's a nice spiral still. Okay. Okay, so then we're just smoothing that and adding just a little bit of mousse through this front section. Scary bark. Okay, now, if you have any sections, especially along the top here, that are looking really frizzy, I would take that section, just like that 1 inch section or whatever, and I would dampen it a little bit more. I would straight up brush it out to smooth any frizz and then scrunch it. Okay, you don't want any, if you have wet frizz, you're gonna have dry frizz. Like here, it's a little bit frizzy through here. And since this is such like a visible part of my head, let me show you what I mean. I will just brush it through like that. And you can either just shake and scrunch, you can brush curl if you want to, but I don't want to do any brush curls today. So I'm just gonna shake and scrunch, and it's a little bit less frizzy now, okay? So now we're pretty much, I think, hold on. I like to scrunch now. But I don't want to scrunch too much because I don't want to create a whole bunch of frizz. I don't want to scrunch too much because I can feel that cast is already setting. Okay, so now we are going to start diffusing. Okay. Okay, my cat is like intertwining between my... No. No. The cats are mad because they were trying to kill a chipmunk, so we put them inside. Sorry, welcome to my funny farm. Everybody wants to be a part of what's going on here. How often do I wash my hair? Probably once every... I do it twice a week usually, but that's more about needing to create content than it is about anything else. Sorry, I don't know why my Instagram has really terrible lighting right now. Sorry, Instagram. I don't know why that is. Okay, so now because I can tell that it's gonna really easily get frizzy, can you guys tell that? Like, it's not perfect clumps, it's not nice and smooth, and that's because we didn't fully saturate my hair. So what I'm gonna do is hover diffuse. Hover diffusing is going to be, do I worry about perspiration in my hair? No. And I work out too. But like eventually my hair, my scalp starts to get itchy if there's too much salt buildup from sweating and stuff. I just don't worry about it. The products I use, like this mousse, has a really nice like cake smell to it. This is really bugging me. I don't know why Instagram has such terrible lighting. Anyways. So if your scalp is getting itchy, I would say hop in the shower, and you can always water wash. So you rub your scalp, but you don't use shampoo. Or if you feel like you need to wash, then wash your hair. So again, I like to hover diffuse. Okay, it's better in this direction. I like to hover diffuse because it is, when I'm refreshing, because it creates the least amount of frizz, okay? On wash day, I do a combination of hover diffusing and pixie diffusing. Again, this is hover diffusing. Pixie diffusing is when you like cup the hair. But during this refresh, I will do both, but I'm gonna start by hover diffusing until I create that cast. And the cast, for any of you who don't know, you know how mousse or gel makes your hair crunchy? That is called your gel cast or your mousse cast. It's a cast, C-A-S-T. And if you want to learn more about that, I do have a recent video that I just posted on Instagram. It's 2 parts. On TikTok, it's just all one video. And it basically talks about how to break your gel cast, but a gel cast can be off-putting when you're just getting started. When I'm hover diffusing, I use a high temp, because by the time it reaches your hair, it's unlikely to damage it. It's lowered in temp quite a bit. I'm holding it like 8 centimeters away from my hair. Now, what were we just saying? Oh yeah, the gel cast. So it's gonna leave, if you use any product that has hold to it, it's probably gonna leave your hair crunchy. And when you're just getting started, just learning how to take care of your hair, I know that can be off-putting, but don't worry, let that happen. What that's gonna do is reduce the amount of frizz while your hair is drying. Then when your hair is 100% dry and you have that nice shiny cast, scrunch it away with your bare hands if you have really fine hair, or with a small amount of a shine serum or a hair oil, and it will all go away and it will look like there's no shininess anymore, but you'll still have the hold left over. Why does your hair frizz immediately when you start pixie diffusing? Should you just hover diffuse the whole time? That's such a good question. So that's something that you're gonna want to experiment with. It could be because of the technique that you're doing up until pixie diffusing, that like your hair is frizzy really before you even started, so adding any disturbance is making it way worse. So think about, are you doing the bowl method or like a Denman brush technique, something like that to smooth your wet frizz first, then or swish to condish would work too. After that, I would say I always need to hover diffuse first, otherwise my hair would get super frizzy. And then the next thing I would say is be wary about pixie diffusing. You're gonna wanna cup it for like 10 to 30 seconds depending on your hair. If you're just going like this the whole time, you're gonna create frizz. You're gonna create a lot of frizz. So those are a couple of things to consider. Your hair dries so much or gets crunchy the next day. So we talked about the cast already. You should just be able to scrunch it away. But if your hair is coming out the next day like super heavy, greasy looking, it's probably because you're using products on day 1 that are too heavy for your hair. Okay, so we're just going all over, and guys, this isn't even gonna take very long because, like I said, I didn't fully saturate my hair. I probably got my hair 30% wet in most places and maybe like 60% wet in other places that were like worse. You know what I mean? That needed the love a little bit more. Okay. So you could do like bubble diffusing here, which is when you're upright and you're like bubbling up the hair to get more volume at the root. I don't want to do that today because I think it's already looking a little bit frizzy, so I don't want to contribute to that in any way. So I'm really going to stick to hover diffusing until I have that crunchy cast starting to form, and then I'm going to go in with some nice slow pixie diffusing. Don't forget the very back. I like to continually move my hair back and forth like this because it helps me have like a no part finish. I just like how that looks better on my hair. But you don't have to do this upright, upside down like this. You can do it upright, especially if you have mobility issues. If you do have mobility issues, I definitely recommend either the jaw clip technique or bubble diffusing, which will help you a lot with that root volume. Okay, so even though my hair is still looking wet, when I feel it, it's actually starting to get crunchy, okay? It's a little bit like, see how just this is a cast. And so if I leave it like this, there's nothing wrong with that. If you like the crunch, if you like how it looks like this, then keep it like that. But I like to restore volume to each of these individual curls to make them a little bit more like big and voluminous. And also it makes it look less frizzy once I scrunch out the crunch, but my hair needs, what's mobile diffusing? Did I say that? I think I was talking about mobility, if you have mobility issues. I have hover diffusing it and pixie diffusing. I've never heard of mobile diffusing, but maybe it's a technique I don't know about. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my pixie diffusing. This is just gonna help a little bit with shrinkage. I like to turn my heat down to medium when I'm doing this. And you can hold this anywhere from like 10 to 30 seconds, depending on the heat setting you're choosing. If you're doing this on a cold shot, you can do this for a minute. The less you move the diffuser, the less frizz you are going to create, right? So we don't want to be moving our diffuser too much. So see how I like to like cup as much of it as I can in the diffuser, and I'm pushing straight up. You basically want, if you do have spirals, my goal is always to crush the spirals upward so that if you can picture, they would almost make a perfect circle of hair. Does that make sense? So that way they don't get as wonky if you go straight up. Now, we didn't fully saturate my hair, so no, this is high speed. I use high speed. I'm on medium heat, high speed. I always use high speed. My hair takes forever to dry, guys. So I'm not messing around when I'm diffusing my hair. Okay. So this for me is gonna start to break my cast. If it's really important to you to not break the cast before your hair is 100% dry because your hair gets really frizzy, then once your hair gets to like 90% dry, let it air dry the last little bit and then scrunch it all away. So we're just doing a refresh today, guys. This was not my wash day. The hair was looking pretty wild earlier. I might post this whole live over on my YouTube so that if you guys are just joining now, you can go back and see the front end. So we didn't fully saturate my hair because I didn't want to. Okay, so now once I'm gonna let it cool a little bit because I think we might already be fully dry. But your hair is gonna feel fully dry if it's still hot from the diffuser. So let it cool down, let it come to room temperature and then feel it. And then you'll be able to truly feel, oh, it's so crunchy from the mousse. I love this mousse. It creates such a nice cast with such like a small amount. So this is, yeah, I'm gonna post this live on my YouTube so you guys can watch it later. I have a playlist on my YouTube for live replays. Okay, just getting the back nice and dry because we kind of abandoned it. My YouTube channel is the same as all my other channels. I'm on Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and it's always Gal Has Wavy Hair. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Again, like I said, if you're a regular here, if I've seen you, if you usually join my live, because I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you've been here before, you know diffusing my hair usually takes about 45 minutes. So we've been diffusing for what, 15 minutes here? If your hair is super fine and thin, I've heard really good things about Verb Ghost Oil. I would stick to mousses instead of gels. I love Cake the Curl Whip. And you might want to skip leave-in conditioner if your hair just gets weighed down by using too many different products. You also might not need hair oil if your hair is really fine. But you could try like a leave-in conditioner. Would this one be too heavy for you? You could try doing a watered down version of Cake the Curl Shot, but it's not a spray. So I would really recommend a spray leave-in conditioner. I like the Evolve, EVOLVH. I think it's linked in my bio. There's Smart Curl spray leave-in conditioner, and it has built-in heat protectant and it's silicone free and all that fun stuff. Okay. Hello, sweet boy. He's like, it smells like cake. Give me cake. I don't have any cake. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. It's still a little damp. It's raining outside, so it's taking longer than it usually does for my hair to dry. What do you suggest for products if hair is wavy, thick, and coarse? I haven't worked with a lot of really coarse, wavy hair. I would assume a gel like the Heat and Humidity Advanced Climate Control Gel would be helpful. It's linked in my bio. Yeah, the diffuser is linked in my bio, guys. I would assume like a good gel like that would be helpful. As far as how heavy of a like leave-in conditioner or a curl cream, I don't know, and I don't want to speak out of turn. I haven't worked with a lot of wavy, very coarse hair. But Barbara from Curl Vitality is a good person to ask that question to. I'm wondering if I follow anyone with really coarse hair. Mel, Mains by Mel, probably has more coarse hair. Curl, is this the curl activator? This is the curl shot. I haven't tried the curl activator. So maybe. The curl definer. Do you mean the curl friend? This is a defining curl cream, and I would say it's too heavy for fine hair. My daughter's hair gets frizzy. Any suggestions? That is probably one of the biggest questions I get. But the truth is, frizz can be caused by so many different factors. So it's really hard for me to answer that question. How old is your daughter would be one of the questions. What is her hair type? What is your current what do you currently do for her hair? So I would say send a picture of your daughter's hair to me on Instagram and I can try and help. But it's like there's so many factors we need to have a conversation. Okay guys, so I put a little bit of that Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine in my hands and I'm just gonna start scrunching and we're gonna see. Sorry, I can feel it's a little damp. Always when I start scrunching, I can notice it's a little bit more damp. Remember, I am salvaging a rough morning hair today. I forget if it's day 3 or day 4, what exactly I'm working on. But I didn't sleep with a silk scarf last night, which is why it's so messed up. And I've been wearing it in a bun for a few days. How can I care for my curls? I love that question. So I have a series that's going to be starting over the next 2 weeks that's called, it's going to be a 5-part series for intro to wavy hair, exactly what you need to know to start embracing your waves. a lot of it is going to be applicable to curly hair as well. So I encourage you to stick around. It's going to be saved to my story highlights and my playlist on TikTok, so you can check that out as well, even if you don't see it right when it comes out. Okay, I'm getting impatient, so we're just going to start scrunching. And so again, that like mousse that I added to my hair, it created a little bit of a cast. The water helped revive the curl a little bit. And now we are just scrunching to get rid of that like shiny look. And anytime I run into an area that's still damp, I'm gonna go back in with my diffuser and get rid of that sterling stop. Aw, Meg, thank you. One of my very recent videos is how I wear my silk scarf, but I also have a playlist called Protecting Your Curls or something like that that you can check out. Okay. It's still damp. Friggin' rainy days, am I right? So annoying. Guys, he wants to be famous. He just wants to be famous. Hi, Manny. How are you doing? So this diffuser and blow dryer were an all-in-one purchase from Less Brands. I think it's $188 Canadian before like taxes and shipping. I'm really happy with this product. It was gifted to me, but before this I was using a Conair blow dryer and it was fine. It did the trick, but this did start blow drying my hair faster. So there's just more balls on this. There's more cojones. But I would say when it comes to like buying a diffuser and a diffuser attachment, or a blow dryer and a diffuser attachment, this is one of the last purchases I would make, like a fancy one. If you already have like a $20 blow dryer and you want to just go buy like a $10 diffuser attachment, I would say there's so many other things. Like get the products you need, get a clarifying shampoo, get a deep conditioner, like get all that other stuff before you spend $300 or like this one's like $200 on a blow dryer, because that stuff is going to make a bigger difference right off the bat. And then, you know, in a little while, I don't want to not tell you to buy stuff, but at the same time, like, I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't need something right away, I think having an affordable diffuser is perfectly fine at the beginning. I used the Xtava diffuser for a long time, but I didn't buy their blow dryer. I just used their diffuser attachment, and I bought a Conair blow dryer that fit the Xtava attachment. If you struggle with diffusing, adding frizz, it's probably not your diffuser. It's probably your technique. I don't think a new diffuser is going to make a huge difference. When hover diffusing on wash day, should we start on the hottest setting? If you're staying like 8 centimeters away from your hair, you certainly can. I would also say if you're starting with hover diffusing, depending on your hair type, it might be a good idea to take a t-shirt or something and just squeeze out excess water very gently before. Otherwise, you're going to be here all day. Okay. So let's see if I salvage my hair, guys, because I'm going to a relatively fancy dinner with my parents. Can I rock my hair without doing a hairstyle? Ooh! She made a comeback. She made a comeback. 1 second. Let's see what we're going to do with the bangs to make this work. Maybe we're going to do a middle part. I had my hair in a middle part on wash day, so it's kind of naturally doing that. Okay, I mean, like, you can't say that didn't turn out better. Okay, so that took us 40 minutes, including me describing and talking about everything with you guys. So I would call that pretty good. Because it's rainy out today, I'm going to use this Super Hold Finishing Spray. This has alcohol in it, which means it is drying on your hair. But if you can find an alcohol-free version of hairspray that you love, that is a great idea. This one also is like a humidity resistant one. Again, it's raining out, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm so impressed with how that turned out. Okay. And you guys are gonna be like, you're adding too much hairspray to your hair. Shh, you do what you want with your hair. I'm gonna do what I want with my hair. And I like to add a lot of hairspray to my hair. And then what I do is I go in with my diffuser and I give it like a quick shot. For some reason, like, it just adds that little bit of grit to my hair, which is like my security blanket, so that I like feeling the hairspray a little bit in my hair so I can know it's there. I don't know. It makes me feel like my hair is going to last longer, whether or not that actually works. Okay. Let's see. So you can see my bangs are growing out right now. I haven't decided if I'm going to cut them again. I'm kind of liking the no bang thing. It is low maintenance. Yeah, I mean, but I have to say I am so happy with how this turned out. I think it's so cute. I'm definitely wearing, I thought maybe I'd have to do like a half up hairstyle, but I don't think so. Look how long my hair is now. So when it's not curly, it's like down to here, or wavy, I should say. Yeah, okay, well, that was a quick live today. Do you guys have any other questions before I let you get back to your lives? So what we did, remember my hair, I'm definitely going to post this live to my YouTube because I think this was like, oh wait, I should always give myself an after shot. I always forget to do that because then I chop up my videos afterwards to make TikToks and I never just have like a nice shot. I'm talking in all of the shots. So there we go. How often do I wash my hair? Twice a week, only because I have to create content. That's what I do for a living. What do you do after working out to refresh? I typically put my hair up in a banana clip when I'm working out. And to refresh, I just put it down. Sometimes I'll dampen it very slightly and re-diffuse, but like I'm not working outside of the house every day, so my hair doesn't always need to be a 10. Sometimes my curls or my waves are like at like a 7 and I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna walk around with my hair down. Let's see the back. Okay, I haven't seen the back, so I don't know if it looks any good. You guys can tell me. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the front? Okay, let's start with rating the front. Scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the front? I'm giving her like a 9. I'm loving the front right now. I think it's so cute. I love it, but I want to know. And no votes? No votes. Okay, no votes, that's fine. And then we're going to show you the back. Okay, good. We got votes. Front is a 10. Wow. Okay, 8, 10, 10. Love it. Do I change my routine often? Totally. Yeah, I do change my routine often. Okay, so now, so people are loving the front too. I agree with you. I think the front looks amazing. Now let's look at the back. And I can't see the back, so you have to rank the back. Wait, am I in frame? So the back is one of the least curly parts of my head, like right here. So what do we think? Even the bangs look awesome. Aw, LJ Mack doesn't like the bangs. Okay, so we still like the back. We're giving it an 8 at the back. Instagram is pretty much online with TikTok on this one. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so I woke up with terrible hair today. Could have done a full wash day, but my roots weren't greasy and my scalp isn't itchy. If my roots don't look greasy, if my scalp isn't itchy, I'm typically not gonna do a wash day. That's just like my personal rule. Like none of the signs are telling me that I need to do a wash day, but my hair was looking terrible because I slept without a silk scarf and I had worn it up in a bun for like 2.5 days.